of essence extraction has been discovered. You can enhance your legendary attributes, increase their power by extracting the same essence multiple times. All dungeons will now drop a guaranteed set item. New resonance wings, 2 new sets of resonance wings. Okay, it's Christmas time, and it's not just because I still have my tree up. We have the new update coming to the game. Discover good fortune in Tongshi's renewal. If you take a look at this, we have the Lunar New Year update. Now, I actually looked through this. It's pretty significant. Not only are we getting new legendary items, but we are getting new wings. We're getting an enhancing essences. We got, just let me break it all down. We've got significant amount of updates for you. So let's go ahead and get going. 36 new legendary items. Let's get right into it. The Barbarian's main hand, the Whirlwind, now draws power on the wind to deal increased damage, no longer reducing movement speed. Wrath of Berserker, slaying enemies increases your damage dealt. Wrath of Berserker grants a shield. Whirlwind damage increases for each bleed on the enemy. That's interesting. Furious Charge now causes you to drag enemies with you, but its maximum charges are now 2. I kind of like that for overworld farming. Wrath of the Berserker now causes nearby enemies to burn, which is going to be nice for if you're doing the fire tornado type of build here. Crusader, Condemn now fills your soul with Valor's Retribution for 6 seconds, causing every primary attack to unleash a lightning bolt at your target, dealing damage to all nearby enemies. That actually seems interesting. Falling Sword damage increased by 10%. Don't think people will use that. Shield Charge also grants 10% increased damage for 3 seconds. Okay, interesting. Condemn unleashes bright light that blinds enemy for 1 second. That's going to be nice in PvP. Crusader needs love in PvP, so I want to see some PvP related stuff. Condemn now deals 10% increased damage for each harmful effect, up to a maximum of 30%, and Sacred Fire now ignites enemies, burning them over 2 seconds. Let's see, they have a note here. These new legendary amps focus on Condemn and empowering your primary attacks. Okay. Demon Hunter, moving on. Daring Swing increases movement speed. Knife Trap places more durable traps. Knockback, your damage is increased. That's interesting on the offhand here. Impel can now be charged, allowing you to throw multiple knives at once. That's interesting. Knockback Shot now fires an arrow that immobilizes enemies. And Knife Trap now deals 20% increased damage to enemies suffering loss of control. None of these strike me as exceptionally amazing. Maybe I like the Daring Swing movement speed increase. Let's continue here. Monk. Okay, so Monk has been considered OP lately. Let's see what they have here. Deadly Reach now also has a 25% chance to make enemies vulnerable, increasing damage taken by 10% for 2 seconds. Okay, so that's going to be the non-PvP variant of the main hand. Maybe that will be good in PvE. Mystic Strike also causes your next skill used within the 4 seconds to deal 30% increased damage. Mystic Strike? Really? That's interesting because Mystic Strike is very utility based, and giving me a 30% increased damage means I'm going to Mystic Strike and then Flying Dragon Kick, which gives me 40% increased damage plus the Gloom, which is 15% into a basic attack. I will have a, oh, holy moly, what is that? A 55% chance of increased damage on the first basic attack just from all of the items combined together. That's probably not necessary for the Monk. That's too good. Mystic Strike now conjures a Spirit Ally. Charge forward, damaging and slowing enemies in its path. That's okay. Wave Strike now does 20% increased damage to enemies suffering loss of control. Mystic Ally's duration is now increased after defeating an enemy. I kind of like that for PvE, actually. I feel like Mystic Ally is a little buffy. Mystic Ally's all right. Wave Strike now instantly releases a large burst of energy that damages enemy within the area. Okay. Some pretty basic ones. Honestly, this Mystic Strike now causes your next skills within 4 seconds to do 30% increased damage is interesting if you're not going to be using the Shimmerlin build. I like that it's on the shoulder, so that way you don't get stacked Shimmerlin as well, but that's probably going to be used. Let's move on to the Necromancer here. Skeletal Mage is increased by 5% each time they defeat enemy up to a maximum of 30%. Still don't like this because this is only going to be good on really the Grim Reaper, where you're carrying the Grim Reaper around with you, and it's on the shoulders, which is nice because you can still pair it with the head that gives you extended duration. Maybe this is better than it looks. We'll have to test it with the Grim Reaper. Bone Wall can now place a larger ethereal wall that continually damage enemies within, reduces their movement speed. I like that a lot because honestly the chest plates feel like mostly the weakest ones for me, and giving me some more DPS within Bone Wall, that might be something that we end up using. We'll have to see how it works. Main hand, this is interesting. Grim Scythe now slices enemies in front of you several times with the final swing inflicting a bleed. Grim Scythe could use some buffs, so I think that that's going to be nice. A bleed is interesting. Maybe that makes the corpse explosion type of build a little bit better on things like the bosses at the end. Command Golem is now linked to you, equally splitting the duration of harmful effects between the both of you. Now, If we were splitting the duration of harmful effects, that makes me think that maybe this is in PvP, we could do something with it. Maybe they CC me for 5 seconds, but the command golem takes half, and now I'm only CC for 2.5 seconds. The problem I often have with this stuff is in PvP, the golem gets nuked instantly, and in PvE, the damage that you actually want comes from the other variants. But, you know, and especially the head being like Scoville, etc. But we'll have to see. Grim Scythe now triggers all continual damage on the target that hits, causing them to instantly take the remaining damage. Now that, on the other hand, is quite interesting, because I don't know if that counts for ground damage. We have the Dark Curse continual damage. We have the Rot Spur continual damage. So if that is actually a thing, where all of the damage that's on the ground instantly consumes into them the remaining time, that would be quite good. However, if it's only the dots they have on them, like Sleeping Bio, etc., it might not be as good. We'll have to see. So far now it's 25% chance to explode on hit, dealing damage to nearby enemies. So far it was basically an AoE basic attack anyway, so this just buffs the offhand a little bit and makes the basic attack a little bit better. Necromancer, the focus is using Grim Scythe to manipulate damage over time effects, concentrating your damage in a single powerful hit. I do like that they're buffing sort of the dot-based Necromancer mechanics. I think that summons are still, significantly better in PvE, so I'd like to see them focusing on our stuff. Let's see here, the Wizard. Electrocute also increases primary attack speed. Teleport increases your damage for 10%. That's going to be good. Ice Armor increases your primary attack to decrease enemy movement speed by 40% for 3 seconds. That's interesting. Arcane Torrent tracks missiles that seek out enemies, dealing damage. Lightning Nova also increases your primary attack speed. Lightning Nova now conjures lightning orbs that orbit you. I like the lightning orbs that orbit you. And the Lightning Nova increasing your primary attack speed, paired with the offhand of Electrocute primary attack speed, maybe with the main hand that your Electrocute bounces. Maybe the idea is to make an Electrocute-based primary attack is what they're saying here. Lightning Nova to empower your Electrocute, further boosting your attack speed. I think maybe they're trying to go with a primary attack type of build with Wizard. I could actually see that being interesting. Let's move on here. Now, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. This is where we're getting into. Now, you might remember the Day of the Miner a long time ago calling this. We called the shot. And we showed on this channel the legendary essence extraction was coming. So shout out to Day the Miner ARPG for that. A new method of essence extraction has been discovered. You can enhance your legendary attributes, increase their power by extracting the same essence multiple times. Legendary equipment can no longer be salvaged at the blacksmith, instead must be extracted. Essence extraction still provides player with the same upgrade materials they would get from salvaging, but now as you find duplicate legendary equipment, your overall power will be increased too. So basically, salvage button got replaced with an extraction button. Extraction is going to increase your power. How is it going to do that? When you find a new legendary item, your first extraction will pull out the essence and store it for you to inherit later, as always. Further extractions will grant your energy to increase your essence mastery level. So basically, we're increasing the level of that legendary essence. However, extracting essence energy from a particular legendary item will become more difficult with each essence energy you obtain from it, and you will eventually no longer be able to extract the energy from that item. So basically, it's going to be one of two ways. It's either you need 5 of them for the next level, then 7 of them for the next level, or it's like you have a 50% chance, and a 40% chance, and 30% chance, like Lost Ark type of leveling mechanics. It's going to be one or the other. Either way, you just got to farm more of the same legendary items. Now look at this. Additionally, you will now receive upgrade materials on the first extraction for every legendary essence, and no longer must choose between gaining legendary essence or upgrade materials. This basically just means you get your glowing shard when you use the extraction. Not a big deal. As your essence mastery levels increases, it will further enhance the power of all your legendary attributes. Some skills will receive damage bonuses, while others might receive cooldown reduction or other effects. You can always view your current powers and what bonuses you get the essence mastery. I love seeing this stuff. So for me, Giant W, the reason is variety of builds is what's important in Diablo, in my opinion. And what I think opens up the variety of builds is having more different things associated with each build. So if one chest plate now has cooldown, but the other one has damage or something, we need more decisions to make related to our build, basically, so everyone doesn't just log into PvP, log into PvE, and see everyone's got exactly the same build. I like seeing some additional variety being added, at a minimum, to mix it up. Let's be honest, the game gets a little stale when you're grinding in a circle. I like to see new things, okay? So let's continue here. Damage set item drops. Look at this. Or dungeon set item drops. All dungeons will now drop a guaranteed set item after many dungeon completions in a row that did not result in a set item being dropped. Dungeons boosted by the Codex have a lower threshold before a guaranteed set item is dropped. So when you're running boosted dungeons, you have a shorter pity, basically. When you're running non-boosted, it takes longer. But now there is guaranteed set items. We will do testing of this for sure and figure out exactly where that pity is out. But having a guaranteed pity that's beyond just the guaranteed 3 on the set item that you get from the first day was a smart move. It's what we've all been asking for. I think they're slowly, I mean, pretty much every patch they've been increasing the set item drops, etc. I think they're starting to realize that we really want to be showered in set items. Not only do we want to, but we kind of need to, since we're increasing the dungeon difficulty with new hell difficulties, etc. Let's see what the dev note says. As we continue to evaluate the state of set items, we identified the need to keep players' ability to acquire them. Correct. Set item crafting was a great step forward, true, and we believe this additional update will further aid players in acquiring the specific set items they want. Good. A buff for the players. We'll take it. Cross-server dungeons. When a new player is trying to find a party for a dungeon, if the party finder fails to find other players to join, it will search for other people on the other servers. Okay, so cross-server dungeons. This means, and by the way, guys, I only really find parties for the dungeons through Party Finder. Every now and then there will be somebody that'll join the live stream. By the way, it's my birthday today, as a matter of fact. I will be live at twitch.tv/microtransaction, and we'll be talking about all this. But mostly I use Party Finder. So if you use Party Finder too, and you're looking to run some dungeons, you might run into me. Just a heads up. I know there's some people that wanted to play with me that are on the same server. Immortal system improvements. Immortals will now receive more information about the shadows when alerted to defend the vault. So this is a buffing to the Immortal system. The shadow party has been queued. Okay, so what they can see here is the Immortals can now see who they're queued against and the strength of it. The party leader will then be able to decide either accepting or defending against them or pass, which will give another Immortal. So basically the Immortals get to pick who they fight in the Shadow Vault. That's what this means. It means a little bit more maintenance for the person running the parties and a little bit more nuance of having to like pay attention. But other than that, this basically is a buff for the Immortal Vault defense system. Normally, I would be fairly opposed to buffing the Immortals on defense. However, with server merges, there are more shadows than there are Immortals. So I think maybe this is fair. Rejoining the Shadows faction, the lottery system has been replaced with first come, first serve. You love to see that. An adventurer who successfully signs up during the 3 recruitment periods can instantly embark on the trial to become a shadow. Thank you. The lottery system was annoying. Treasure Hunter Paragon Tree. Oh, you love to see that. Treasure Hunter Paragon Tree update has removed the restrictions of outdoor areas. So now the treasure find, gold find, lucky all works within dungeons as well. You love to see that here. As we look for ways to make each Paragon tree a competitive and compelling choice, we sometimes find the way to increase the value of the tree means make its viability a bit less niche. This is, of course, action we have taken with this update to the Paragon tree. We hope that we will incentivize you to find new use cases. So basically they're saying, hey, we recognize you need scraps, you need dust, and you need shards. And the Paragon tree is for basically getting more salvage for the blacksmith. So because of this, we're going to allow this Treasure Hunter Paragon tree to be used in dungeons. That's basically what they're saying. Battleground end of season ceremony. When the Battleground season ends, players will now receive a summary of their previous Battleground season. That's cool. Small buff for the PvPers. I like to see any quality of life. Not really a buff, but just any fun stuff for the PvPers. They do support the game significantly. Converting the Adventurer Clan, the Dark Clan, only costs 5 signets now. And then look at this. New Resonance Wings. 2 new sets of Resonance Wings have been added at the Resonance milestones of 2004 stand. 4,000. That means, ladies and gentlemen, free to play got better wings now. 2,000 resonance is achievable free to play. 3 and 4K, etc. All that seems to be not be at the current time period. However, 2,000 resonance is a long-term achievable goal, and I'm happy to see that for free to play. Here's the thing: 4,000 resonance instantly makes me want to try to get the 4,000 resonance wings because I'm 3,000 resonance. Blizzard wants money, and this is something that people have asked for, as well as I mean, this is going to be a, what is it? A trade that I think people are okay with. New wings, we all wanted new wings, especially for the less spenders, but some more wings for the new spenders too. And it's not like these are, you know, absolute 7K wings. They didn't add 7K wings, they added 2,000 and 4,000. So they're not trying to milk more money out of the people that already have 5K. They're trying to either increase spending for people like me at the 3K, or they're trying to increase a milestone for people that maybe either haven't spent very much, or maybe they just want to get your first expenditure out of the free to play for the 2K. So they'll make some more money out of this, but this is something the players have been asking for, and wings are a really big deal. People like wings. They're highly popular, so I like to see that. A renewal lunar event here. Looks like just some gems, a cosmetic emote, kind of the same stuff we're always used to. January 16th to February 6th. So this update is coming the 16th, which is very soon. Players can receive rewards such as Divine Framework with a bang emoji. Okay, so there's a portrait. You can get a portrait. You can get an emoji. If you care about that, sure. I'm not really going to go through all of this. This is very standard stuff that we have on the events. completing tasks. You can give gifts to your friends. I mean, it's just another like holiday event. Let's continue. Lineage of Beast cosmetic set. Looks all right. Looks like it's kind of a Monster Hunter type thing. Very underwater theme. I do love me some underwater stuff, so I'll probably pick that one up. Season 9 Battle Pass, Wicked Wanderer. That's a cool looking skin. So we have some kind of like demonic looking stuff there. That's a pretty good looking skin. And then, ladies and gentlemen, they brought back the Fractured Plane. Oh man, so many W's in one event. Fractured Plane limited time event. So we're getting the Fractured Plane back. Your journey awaits. Without your usual gear, skills, gems, you will be provided with a pre-selected event. Get Chaos Coins. Best of all, only unstable gear of legendary rarity will drop, etc. Chaos Coins will be earned in your aid. And it looks like we're getting another run at this. Okay. These shards will increase your fortune rating, providing a great chance of receiving higher quality legendary items from chests on each floor. If you receive enough resources to make the 15th floor without dying, you'll receive a reward, typically a legendary item. Out of all the legendary items you've counted during your run, select 6, and out of those 6, you'll be rewarded 1 at random for... Okay, so it's an exact repeat of how we've had it before. This was highly well received, so I love to see that coming back. A lot of stuff in this update I like to see here. Hungry Moon. Take a look at this. So we have another repeat of Hungry Moon. Not going to waste my time going through this. You guys all know what Hungry Moon is. We have bug fixes. Then we have the developer Q&A. I was aware there's a new dev Q&A coming out. It's not out yet. I will cover it when it's out. Overall, wow, we got some stuff that I like in this one. 36 new legendary items. We have a guaranteed set item drops from dungeons. We have new wings, Fractured Plane events coming back. We have another new event. We have legendary essence extraction, new skins. Man, there's quite a bit. There is quite a bit in this patch. You love to see that it's coming out as early as the 16th. So in 3 days, we can expect this patch to be hitting. Actually, in 2 days, I suppose, for the East, 3 days, I think, for the West. Love to see it. We got patch notes on my birthday. I love y'all. I'll see you for the live stream. It is twitch.tv/Darth Microtransaction. Come say hi. Wish me happy birthday, and let's get going with having some fun today. Now, good patch.